women are emotional.
I gotta say it.
Alright? Women are emotional. They don't act rational. They don't act rational. They don't do what the most logical thing is. Women do shit based off of how they fucking feel, what their emotions is telling them to do. They run off emotions. Alright? They live in the moment and shit.
And also the women too is dealing with these doctrines.
Right.
And they're pushing a doctrine that ain't accurate.
Hey man.
Hey, how did Solomon fall?
Exactly. Hey, and a woman is not, and this, we're really trying to do this to get on you women, man. This is just education. You women ain't built to deal with multiple men. Alright? You ain't built to do that. First off, you ain't physically built to do that. That's why when you are a woman who has done that, that's why your vagina is literally falling out of your body.
I was watching a video, I can't remember, I think it was Malcolm.
Right.
And he was talking about how it's all about the seed, man. Okay, because the seed, it goes back to the Greek word sperma. Sperma meaning, you know, seed or life. Right. Now, within the life is the seed, or within the seed is the life. And all you women are, basically what you do is you're an egg. So what happens is when sperm enters into a woman's body, man, okay, her egg basically covers up the seed and feeds it. That's all it does. But the life, the essence, the core, the being itself is within the seed. Right. So a man can have 10 different women and those seeds still come from him. He's still the stem of the life. But if a woman fucks 10 different dudes, they don't know who the goddamn daddy is.
That's right.
It doesn't go back to you. It goes back, it starts with the man.
See, that's the problem, is that most women don't understand that. So once you've left 10 niggas and niggas already, you got 10 different breaths of life in you. You got 10 different seeds in you, which also affects your spirit, because you got 10 different spirits fighting for dominance inside of one vessel, and you women ain't spiritually or physically built to deal with that shit. That's why you have a mood swing, because that damn spirit from some other nigga that you may have popped 10 years ago just took over for a moment, and he's running shit inside of you. His spirit is running the show. And then you bug out. Because you try, his spirit is in confliction with this nigga's spirit in confliction with that nigga's spirit, and you women bug the fuck out.
To be honest, that's why you should cherish your husband, because that's the only spirit that's, you know, not even saying necessarily righteous, but righteous is with filthy rags, but still, that's the only spirit that's in you that even has a hope or a want of following Yahweh.
Hey man, I suggest to any woman, period, if you hoeing and you an Israelite, you really need to cut that shit out. Or if you even got the hope of being, or the chance of being an Israelite, you need to cut that shit out.
That's right.
That's some heathen shit, for one. You disrespecting your heritage, you disrespecting your bloodline, and you disrespecting Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Most importantly, that should be the most important one. That's right. And you disrespecting your husband, which is a punishment by death.
That's right, brother.
And you women don't take that shit serious right now, because you still can call 911, and that's okay. But I promise you, the day is coming where you can't call 911. And a lot of you women, especially you Jakes, it's gonna be 3, 4, maybe 5 niggas that come to visit your ass in the same night. Because of fuckeries that you committed. And you know you committed fuckeries and you've been able to get away with it. So I suggest you repent and move on from that shit, man. You got that set, brother?
This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 13.
Yeah.
Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Right. Hey, man. Because, hey, when first and foremost, the plague of a heart, when you can't get your mind off a woman, that shit is hard, man. Life becomes real fucking hard when a woman all of a sudden, when you have a plague of the heart. That woman can do anything under the sun, evil to you. It's like the brother was saying, if Adam, let her do it. And it's a lot of niggas that's falling subject, and he ain't the only one.
No, we're all guilty of that.
Solomon himself. He was doing whatever them heathen bitches was saying.
Honestly, if you don't do it, you ain't fucking with no bitch in this side.
Right.
So there's something, that's like a form of casting us into captivity. You know, and that's why the brother is righteous for telling him to repent from that. If you're a sister and you understand this truth, you should repent from that. Because terrorizing a man that the Most High loves, you're gonna catch a judgment that you can't even understand.
That's right, man.
Because he loves the man before he loves the woman. And in fact, to show that you love Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, you're supposed to be loving your man.
That's right.
And the word love goes back to obedience.
And how many women today are obedient to their man? Most of you tolerate your man.
Not even in them churches?
And that's the reality, man. A woman will cuss her man out in church. In front of everybody. And tell him how ain't shit he is and nigga, and that's the thing, man. They got all these other dudes that hit him up and you think that that's some type of glorification, man. It ain't glorification. Women is cursed, man.
Yeah. And you know, in fact, when I was at work, I told these couple women that they were like, the only time I'm happy is when I'm pleasing someone, right? They're making someone else happy, right? Right? They're happy with the kids when their kids are happy.
So then you a miserable bitch all the time.
Exactly, because I told them, I was like, you know what the word woman goes back to? And neither one of them did know. And I said, to servant. You're to serve, and that's why you get happy when you serve other people. You make someone a meal, a big meal, you get happy to see them enjoy that meal.
Which is more or less, not to dampen what the brother's saying, but hey, when you go to a restaurant, don't most brothers prefer to have a woman as they serve over a man? And that's not that that a man can't be a good servant, but hey man, I ain't trying to really have no dude serving no food.
No.
Right.
But that's what I was getting
You know
at.
what I'm saying?
Was that's the woman's place, and this corrupt society under Esau's rule actually tainted that woman's pleasure of being that person of serving pleasure.
That's right. We're in Esau's kingdom. They took what was actually a joyous thing, and they made women look at it as a what would you call it? Like a chore.
Yeah, as an abomination to them.
Yeah.
Or like an offensive thing. Like it's offensive because you want to listen to your man.
Right. Where it's offensive.
I don't need no man is what they really say.
Where it's offensive for a man to direct you. Where it's offensive for you to do any type of servitude to a man. Where it's offensive for you to do really shit that was basic and you would have done without question in the ancient world. How many women today don't even want to watch their own fucking kids?
And really not even that far, brother, because 1950s, before they had the Civil Acts movement, Jake was already pretty much together in a form.
Right.
The women were in dresses. They even had kept their hair.
Right.
So, this is like almost like a one generation transition,
Well, yeah, that's true, because if you look at some of these older generations, they don't quite like our parents or your grandparents or some brothers that are maybe a little younger. They didn't do the shit that women do today, and they look at their own grandchildren in some situations and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with her? She fucking everybody." Because our parents and our maybe not my parents in particular, but our grandparents and some of the older generations, they didn't do that shit. Ask your grandma how many men she laid with. It's gonna be like one or two. It's gonna be a small number. Ask a girl in the 12th grade today how many men she's laid with, and it may be some outrageous number, man. And that's just the reality. How can you not understand nor see that Babylon? This is Babylon, man, the Great. All right, you got little girls giving birth to children. You got this place is an abomination. You got boys,
men trying to give birth to children.
That's what I was just about to say. Actually successfully doing it.
Like Esau's scientific black magic.
Right. And that's what people don't understand, man. You can't take something that's filthy and just transfer it to the kingdom. That's the whole point of these 2/3 having to go, man. The trash of Israel has to get cleaned up, man. It's got to get eradicated, because if you took this place right now and just flipped your fingers and it was the kingdom, and Esau was in captivity, Jacob would find a way to fuck it up. Because these niggas would live, and all these niggas is wicked, man. They're the same niggas across the street that are women trying to teach.
You can't walk down the golden paved roads of the kingdom with a blunt in your hand talking about grip this, grip that.
You can't do it. Or blood this, blood that, or whatever gang you want to rep, man. That shit ain't going to the kingdom, man. It's not going.
Honestly, what those women are is actual examples of the William Lynch letter.
Go
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, with that being said, too, you ain't gonna have, you know, the tribes themselves fighting amongst each other, man. You got tribes today that hate each other for what, man? We all in the same predicament. We all in hell. Let's get the fuck out. We ain't gonna have brothers infight. You ain't gonna have infighting with your family in the kingdom, man. Okay.
Yeah, hey man, and we can't have that. And to be honest, you know, we can't have the 1/3 constantly at each other's throats over the 2/3, or vice versa, the 2/3 at the 1/3's throat. That's not a kingdom, man. We can't rule like that. We got that problem already, man. That's what got us in trouble in the first place. You would think that Jake would learn, man, but they don't. They keep doing the same.
Hey,
that's
Jake,
how you know
would
there's
rather
no
hang out with heathens, man, than hang out with their own brothers.
That's why you know there's no new thing under the sun. Because they was doing the same shit. This same shit. When Peter and Paul and the other apostles was roaming the earth, man, trying to get Jake to act right.
They wanted to be Romans and Tyrians.
Right. They wanted to be Romans. They wanted to be Greeks. They wanted to be Phoenicians. They wanted to be everything but Jake.
Hey, and that's why that Jeremiah 17:4 says, "Even thou shalt discontinue from thy heritage," man. Jake got the most blessed heritage on the whole entire planet. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are literally are given the promises of what you cannot even fathom. Yet you choose to be called an African American.
That's right, man.
Over an Israelite, man.
And that church, hey man, there ain't no church on the planet gonna be able to reverse the Lord's judgment, man. All right, there ain't no church in the world that's gonna be able to save Esau, Edom from their punishment. That's gonna be able to save you heathens from your punishment, or that's gonna be able to save the 2/3, man. Hey, but just before we get too deep into it, man, we didn't open up, so I
You should get closer to the sound, to the wind.
So with no further ado,
Hey, let's stop and then we can just.
You're gonna cut it?
yeah.